We live again?
It says
You're
we're
live. It says we're live.
All
Okay.
right, let's see what happens.
Hopefully everyone can get back in.
So yeah, we don't know how to use our computers.
All right, we're back. Started streaming. Okay, some people are back.
We got some. All right, we got some people. One
There's
watching.
one person. All right.
Yeah,
Okay, some people are coming back.
right on.
Really sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it's better now. Is this working? Is this better for everyone? Yes?
working?
No? Hello? Hello, everyone. Just want to make sure this works now. Just a quick test. Testing. Hi, Capcom. Says distant memories.
Hey.
Yes. Okay. I think we're better off. All right. Working so far. Good news.
Let's see how it goes.
I think we're not only are we in a soundproof room, but we're also in a room that does not get the best Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
So,
we're finding out here. Yeah.
we'll try to do our best. I really apologize for the disturbance, and hopefully we can get everybody back on board.
Right.
But yeah, you can sit back now, Matt. So I really apologize. This isn't going as slickly as we'd like, and it looks like it looks like we're frozen again.
I think unless we can find a way to do it with the computer, it's not gonna be the best here.
Yeah. Oh no, not again. It works. So it looks like it's going in and out. We'll have to rethink this moving forward, and maybe this won't be the best for a podcast. So
This room, yeah. Here, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a cool background, but yeah. Matt and Pete are back. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Matt, you should say it.
Matt and Pete. Wait. You should say Pete. Matt and
Pete
are back. Yes.
All right, cool. Hopefully it continues this way. If not, and it's Nero. They're calling you Nero again. Yeah.
Matt and Pete and Nero are back.
But yeah, again, I really apologize for that. Hopefully this stays live, and if it doesn't, we'll try to do this again in a less cool room, but
One with better Wi-Fi.
one with better Wi-Fi.
Right.
So yeah, back to it.
Right on.
You were talking about Gamescom, and let's go back into day one.
Yeah, well, so we were talking about day 2, right? And
we're
you
gonna do
Phoenix,
day 2, yeah.
you Phoenix
Yes.
had played the guitar on stage for a super nice guy, super amazing guy, and he must have like a ton of amazing fans on like Twitch and Twitter and stuff, because after he started tweeting about us, I started to get a lot of really nice comments from some of the nice people on Twitter too. So that was cool.
Nice.
That was really cool. He was just a super nice guy. We got a chance to hang out a little bit. And then Thursday, we did more interviews. And then Thursday night, we got a chance to do Xbox Fan Fest. And I thought this is so cool that Xbox pays all this money to like literally just have these events for fans. Just like, here, fans, here you go, play some games, enjoy Xbox stuff. Oh, here's a giant boat that you can get on that's like all Xbox themed.
Was that for everybody?
It was for, I'm not sure, actually, I'm not entirely sure how you get in. And I want to say that there was like a cover charge.
Okay.
But still, like, you get on there, they have like green champagne for everybody because it's Xbox, and...
Was it like St. Patrick's Day?
Kind of, actually, yeah, with the champagne. Yeah, it's kind of like St. Patty's Day, yeah. Yeah, I miss St. Patty's Day this year. Anyways, so, and they bring on creators and different game-related people, so that the fans can meet these people and do signings and stuff. And so it was amazing. For us, it was on this boat. You had us on the upper deck doing signings. Me and Ichino-san, Okabe-san, and Brian the Goliath. And then on the middle deck, they had the devs who worked on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then on the lower deck at the bar, they had Mr. PUBG himself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And it's just
Creator.
like, I think it was him.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was him. Pretty sure. I might be wrong. Pretty sure it was
Okay.
him. Either way, I'm like,
I wasn't there.
I'm like, my God, like this is amazing company to be in, for Capcom.
Right.
To be, counted with these amazing creators, So it was great. We were on the upper deck there, and doing all kinds of signatures. And we also brought some cosplayers on, some awesome cosplayers.
Mm-hmm.
Came and did cosplay. We had a Virgil, we had a Dante,
Mm-hmm.
we had Kat from DMC Devil May Cry,
Oh, okay.
and we had our first official Nico, our first event, Capcom sponsored event Nico. So that was really cool,
Mm.
and they all of course did amazing jobs creating these outfits. Nico, that was some detail, man. She had apparently printed up. She had like designed the tattoos, printed them up on paper, and then like
Really?
yeah,
All herself?
and then all by herself,
Huh.
and like put them on her arms and
Right,
stuff.
right,
and
right.
so Nico's got on her fingers. She's got love and hate on her fingers. And so she had Itsuno-san take a Sharpie and write that on her fingers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool, man. That was
Did
really
you get
cool.
a shot of it?
I didn't get a shot of that.
Letting everybody down, Matt. Letting everybody down.
As usual. As usual. That would have been good. Yeah.
So what happened after that then?
So after that,
Mhm.
let's see here. That night, after that, I went and enjoyed some drinks and stuff with Capcom Europe, including Brian the Goliath. That was good. So I had a nice little German bar
Okay.
in that district. I don't really know what the district was called, but it was nice. It was very nice. And then that was kind of the end of our like work stuff. So then the next day, Itsuno-san was like, "Look, I want to go. We've seen the media play the game. I actually want to go see the general audience play the game."
Right.
So I was like, "Great, let's go to Gamescom,
Mhm.
and just the three of us, me and Okabe-san and Itsuno-san. Let's go there, and let's go watch people play." And we had a couple people that had asked us on Twitter like, "Oh man, I missed the fan fest thing. I wish I could get something signed." So I tried to that morning. I was like, "All right, great. We know we're gonna go in at 10:30." So I tried to put out there on Twitter. They're like, "All right, look, we're gonna be there at 10:30. So if you happen to be around, maybe we can sign something. Like we don't have any Sharpies or anything, but
Right.
whatever, we'll figure it out." And yeah, we found some amazing people, man. That in addition to these great passionate fans that we met on Tuesday morning that were having us sign stuff.
Right.
We had even more people than on Friday come in, and this one guy, like he had a flight to catch, but since I said that we were gonna come in at 10:30, he brought his luggage with him.
You're kidding.
Yeah, to the show. Yep. And he brought his luggage because he's got to go to the airport so he can go home, right?
Right.
And he has all of this. It was great. He had these folders filled with like the DMC4 special edition insert, DMC1, and all this stuff that he could get signed by Itsuno-san. So that was fantastic, And we had a couple people that did that. We had actually just by chance when we happened to. We came in through the back of the booth, and so when we go out front, I want to go out front to show people that like, look, we have these QR codes. So if you want to look at the instructions, you can just scan the QR code with your phone, and you can see the instructions before you play the game.
Oh,
And
someone is saying that it's their friend.
sweet,
That was my friend Kin.
sweet, yeah. I think so. There were and there were a couple people too, but yeah, it was great. Really nice people. But so I wanted to try to show like the ambassador people again that like, look, just go show these people the QR code so that if anyone that wants to play the game, if they just want to scan this, they can look at the instructions before they get up there. And
Right.
I was having trouble kind of explaining this. They're like, look, just have them just show them the QR code. And so we go out there, and then people start to recognize that Itsuno-san's there. And it was great. It was like, yeah, so let's do this, man. Let's do some signings and stuff.
So you just kind of did an impromptu.
Yeah, it was
signing.
an impromptu signing and pictures and stuff. It was fantastic because right at that time there was a guy cosplaying Nero at the front of the line. It was
Nice.
amazing. It was so cool. And so yeah, it was great. And I mean, I don't see this enough. I don't see like Japanese devs being able to go out there and interact with the fans enough. But
Yeah.
when
There's a language barrier, of course.
there's that,
Yeah.
but when you see that, like, it's fantastic because Itsuno-san, he has been at every step of the way here. The response from fans has been so good that he's been brought to tears a couple times.
Really.
Yeah,
Literally to tears.
Literally to tears.
Wow.
That happened at E3 when after we announced the game
Yeah.
and we saw such a positive reaction, and then again when we're just sitting there at the front of the line, just like, hey guys, how's it going? And everyone's like, oh my god, can we take a picture with you? Can Miso-san, can we get your signature? It's like, of course, let's do this. And I would love to, like in the future, to be able to have even more devs, not just the director, but even
Yeah,
more devs
it'd be
out
great,
there.
right?
You know, right?
Talk about level design, talk about theories behind that. I mean, that's also the purpose of this show.
Right? Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
you know, to get the creators to actually speak their minds and talk about certain things and how they got here and what their interests were. So,
Right?
yeah, that'd be really cool.
You know, and I mean, it's just a love fest, man. Because
Yeah.
the fans are excited. You know, the devs are just like we see stuff on the internet, yeah,
Mhm.
but like to actually like feel this in person, you know, it's such a powerful thing. You know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, going to Comic Con and other shows where it's mostly fan oriented, you do really feel the energy, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Oh, so cool, so cool. And so, yeah, and that was Gamescom, man. And then after that we decided there's this place called like the Chocolate Museum.
Okay.
So we
I
went
guess
there.
that's a museum with chocolate in it.
Actually, it is. So it's like a chocolate factory, yeah.
Right,
And they
right.
have like a lot of really nice chocolate there, and they have a little restaurant. So we went to the restaurant, and I had some hot chocolate and some chocolate cake, and it was freaking amazing.
Nice.
It's good. Oh man.
So, yeah, is there anything else you want to add about Gamescom? Something you think that stood out? Otherwise,
I mean, the thing
Mhm.
that stands out is just how positive the reaction's been, and how lucky we are
right?
that because you know we're an action game. You know, we're making the best action game we can. Itano-san's making the best Devil May Cry he possibly can. You know?
Right.
And so, you know, when coming up to release, coming up to announce, coming up to first playable, it's like we don't know. We don't know how people like we think we made a decent game,
Right.
you know, but who knows, right? So to actually see that like people actually enjoying the game is fantastic, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That was the best part. That was the best part, you know. And to see people having seen the trailer, having seen
Mhm.
that Gamescom trailer, dude, oh man, with the laser light show, you know, when we have Nero riding
Well,
the
remember
rocket.
our first impression, right?
Right?
You know, well, I think you tweeted about it, but yeah, you see this section where he then jumps on his
He's
arm,
riding the rocket
Yeah.
arm like it's a hoverboard
like a
or
skateboard
something,
or a
right?
hoverboard, yeah.
Right, and he's tricking and stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
then goes
clearly a
little-
boss battle, right?
Right.
That's clearly a boss battle.
Is it?
Clearly, clearly,
Okay.
right? And there's all this stuff crazy stuff going on, right?
Just like you.
It's like just me, crazy.
Oh.
And then he just does the trick, and then just at the right time, and the sound guys and the video guys, the way they time the music,
Yeah, it's so
so
good.
that the crescendo and the climax of the music is right when the laser light show occurs, right?
You think we
Ah.
can bring one of those guys in here? You think
You
they're
know,
out there?
I messaged them earlier, and I
Yeah.
haven't gotten a reply yet. So
No, okay. How about Luca?
Luca has not replied yet either. I think he's still busy.
Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah.
We want to have some guests, but unfortunately, we wanted to do this, but we also wanted to have guests, and it was kind of a, you were going to leave, so we wanted to get something out there.
Right, wanted to do something while we
better
could,
to
yeah.
do something than just kind of sit on. Maybe it's worse that we did something. I don't know.
I don't know.
you
Well, we'll
guys-
see.
you
We'll
guys
see what the
decide.
feedback is. Right, exactly. You
Uh,
decide.
Yeah. So what's coming up? PAX. Tell me.
Yeah, baby. And so PAX is coming up. Going to America.
Again.
Going to. Yeah.
Well, you went. Yeah.
I was really excited because I got the idea of I want to tweet we're going to the US of A and put in an animated GIF from that sequence in Rocky IV with James Brown. I wanted that so bad, and so I started. And you know how fun fact, I'm an idiot with the internet.
As we've shown with the live stream.
But you can
oh, you
tell
mean actually
Googling
searching.
and stuff, right? Googling
Yeah,
and stuff, right?
he's absolutely terrible.
See,
You have to actually tell him the search terms, otherwise you're not getting what you want.
right? So I was trying to search for like an animated GIF from that, and I could not find it. And so I complained about it on Twitter, like I can't find one. And of course, I forget. I'm sorry. I promise I will eventually actually credit the person who sent me that because thank you very much. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna do that still. But somebody sent me like, look, I found one. So
They're saying Rocky IV is the best movie out there.
best
the best
movie,
Rocky, anyway.
period. Oh, best. Yeah. Yeah, just the best.
So what's
Rocky
happening at Gamescom?
movie is all. Well,
I mean, not Gamescom, PAX.
PAX, baby. So, all right. So Friday.
Yeah,
Friday. You like that?
wonderful.
Thank you. We're gonna go to PAX and we're gonna go have a panel. So first of all, we're gonna have Capcom's gonna have a booth. Capcom USA has done this fantastic job of creating this really cool booth that really brings out the feeling of Mission 2, which is the mission that's in the demo.
Right.
And we're gonna have several kits with the Gamescom build playable. So now it's not just the Gamescom build. Now it's the demo build, the show demo build, and people are gonna be able to play that in America for the first time because they're living in America. And I'm sorry, I had to.
It's okay.
And we're gonna do a panel about DMC on Friday. I forget the time. I want to say it's 1:30.
You're gonna
say it's
put up
1:30.
like wood paneling? No, that was
Your
bad.
dad could do that. He's a carpenter.
He's not a carpenter. He's a contractor. But
There you go.
Oh!
Special guest!
Special guest! Finally,
Special guest!
Here he is. It's a surprise to us.
All
actually.
right.
Yeah, come on in.
Here we go.
Here he is now. That's right.
Nice.
Senior producer Michiteru Okabe.
Yeah, man. In the house.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Let's all move just a little this way.
This
There
way.
we go. There we go. Sweet. Perfect. There we
I
go.
just go off camera.
Nice. Did you just get done? So
Yeah.
the meeting we were just in. Were you in that same meeting from 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
That just until? Oh no, you had another meeting. After
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh, you had that
yeah,
other
yeah.
meeting. Okay. Okay. Because we had actually, the meeting before we started setting this up was
Yeah.
our Devil May Cry 5 team. We call Tete. It's a weekly team meeting
Yeah.
where all the leads are together, kind of explaining everything. And so Okabe-san, after finally going through all the stuff, Okabe-san wanted to show all of his pictures that he took at Gamescom.
Mm.
And he
Yeah.
started to, and we didn't even get through day one. I was like, oh crap. Well, all right, we're running out of we're out of time now. Like, we got to go to our next meeting. So that actually would have been something, if we had thought about it.
Oh,
to
have
actually
them
have
back.
them
Yeah,
put
that'd
those
be
up on
cool.
that screen out there, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Also-
real quick though, what was your greatest moment at Gamescom? Sorry guys, we're moving back to Gamescom.
I saw the many fans in front of our booth,
Mhm.
and then when we, show up in front of them with the Itsuno-san,
Right.
and they really,
Right?
excited.
Right? It was fantastic,
Yeah.
right? It was fantastic. See, it wasn't just me.
You said that some people were actually shaking.
Yeah.
Right? You're so excited. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic, right? It's great that that we can help facilitate this kind of thing.
Right.
That people that are that excited to meet Itsuno-san, and then he's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
excited
yeah,
to
yeah.
meet people, that we can facilitate that. You
Yep.
know, and that's the kind
Yep.
of thing that we've always wanted to try to do,
Yep.
right? We talked about how we tried to do that at GDC, and we kind of had that with Tokuda-san, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's fantastic, right?
Yeah, it's really fantastic. And then Itsuno-san said he almost cried or something. Yeah.
Yep. He does get emotional actually.
Yeah, that's
and,
great.
and genuinely so, right? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, dude, it was amazing. It was so cool. And so yeah, we just started talking about what PAX is going to be,
Mm,
right?
Great. Yeah.
I'm really jealous because you guys get to eat pizza.
Dude. Yeah, but hold on.
Pizza party.
It's pizza, but it's in Seattle.
Yeah,
So,
they have those wood burning stoves. They have apparently I've never had Seattle pizza.
because we've
but
talked
apparently
about
it's good.
all right, but I mean we've talked about like Chicago style pizza,
Yeah,
and
I don't mind it. I like it.
I mean I like it too.
There are people.
But you're from New York. Let's be honest here. From New York, you call pizza.
that yeah. I think most people call it
In
pizza.
Chicago, they call it Chicago style pizza, which
Oh,
again
they have to
I like.
differentiate. Yeah, it's good. It's just not the same.
It's not the
Well,
same.
so what are they getting at PAX then? What kind of pizza? Is it going to be deep
Yeah, yeah.
dish,
I
Sicilian?
have no idea.
Is it going to be pepperoni?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I hope it's good pizza. I hope it's good. Like
Are we allowed to talk about what Dante's favorite pizza is?
I don't know. Is that a surprise
I don't
for the,
What's your
the
favorite
pizza,
pizza?
party? My favorite. Oh, it's a good question, man. My favorite pizza? Man, I got to tell you. Like I love all kinds of pizza, but my favorite pizza is there's this place in Osaka called Yariamachi 134.
That's Italian pizza.
That's Italian, but still, I think like if you had to, what's your favorite pizza? I think my favorite pizza.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
fair
might.
enough. Italian pizza is good.
Right.
Probably not what the North Americans are expecting.
Right. But yeah, I don't know what kind of pizza we're gonna have at this pizza party, man. I guess we'll find out. It's gonna be pretty sweet though.
But
gonna
we
be-
also have the special drink.
That's right. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they came. It's a bar, and so it's a ping pong bar.
Yeah,
pong
yeah.
bar. I'm
That serves
Yeah.
pizza?
I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
Man,
Yeah, I don't
come on,
know.
aren't you in charge of this?
No, I mean Charlene, wonderful brand manager at Capcom USA is in charge of it. So she's her and Yuri are taking the lead. And,
Who's
and
Yuri?
Yuri is Yuri. I'm sorry, I don't remember your correct job title, but he's known as the community guy.
Yeah.
One of the community guys at Capcom USA. And so yeah, the two of them have been working on all the pack stuff there. And I should do all. So yeah, we're gonna have special. We're gonna have drinks like named after different Devil May Cry things,
Right.
and There's one I really like. I don't know if I should spoil it though. Maybe we'll talk about it after. Maybe we'll talk about it after.
So what do I need to do to get into this pizza party? Should I just like
All
pay
right,
for a flight out there?
Actually,
just walk in?
so
Good point.
that's another thing that I'm not totally clear on the details, but I don't think all the details have been shared yet.
Oh,
So
is this like a scavenger hunt? I have to look for clues to.
I don't know. I forget. We'll get back to that.
We'll get back.
I think with any luck,
Maybe
we'll
can update
find
them on
out.
Twitter or something.
I hope we'll find out more about the pizza party at the panel.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. But yeah, that's something that.
Wait, so the panel's before the pizza party?
Yes.
Give me some dates.
The panel will
Give
be
me some
so
dates.
Friday.
Plug it.
What's today? Today's Wednesday, right?
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday in Japan.
The 29th.
It's Tuesday for some people in North
So
America.
Friday. So the
yeah.
panel is going to be Friday, the
Yeah.
31st at 1:30 p.m. in one of the theaters.
Somewhere in Seattle.
Something theater.
Somewhere.
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 Theater.
Find it.
But I think CUSA already, put the
Yeah,
information on the
Yeah, if you,
Yeah,
if you go to the
Facebook
Devil
one.
May Cry
Yeah,
Twitter
exactly.
account,
Yeah.
all the information
And
is
the
right
the
there.
Capcom USA.
Why do I know this,
the
Matt?
Facebook page. Well, because
Oh, because I'm also
have your
involved.
crap
That's why.
together.
Yeah.
That's why. Because you have your crap
and you're super
together.
busy. You've only been here 2 days.
Oh man, I was here till
Yeah.
12:20
so
last night.
busy.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been good though. It's been good, man. I mean, we're lucky
Yeah.
that we get to do this every day. Yeah. So we're gonna have those themed drinks. We're gonna have. Maybe we'll have ping pong. I don't know.
And the cool thing
Maybe,
is
yeah.
Maybe.
that the people that go there do get to meet you guys and Itsuno-san.
And Vampy bit me.
And Vampy Bit Me.
Yeah. I'm excited to meet
Who's that?
Vampy Bit me. Vampy Bit me
Remember,
is an
always
amazing
explain.
cosplayer. I like to see. That's why we have you here
That's
because you
right.
have your crap together.
Yeah.
That's why you're the real host.
One day.
There you go. Maybe you can get a raise someday. That'd be nice.
Well, we'll see.
So-
Go ahead, you two.
Vampy Bit me is an amazing cosplayer, and she's going to be the hostess of the party.
What does that mean? What does that entail?
I have no idea. I have no idea what that means.
Is she the person at the desk that kind of seats you? She's like, oh, thank you, reservation.
I have no idea.
Seats for 4.
Just as
you
far
know,
as I'm
this way.
concerned, she is the VIP. Like, we're coming from Japan, basically, so we can meet her and hang out with Charlene.
And have pizza.
Oh yeah, and have pizza. Yeah.
That's the whole point. The pizza.
Well, but then honestly though, but then also to meet more fans. That since we had this
Yeah.
great experience at Gamescom, like, all right, let's do it in the States now.
Definitely.
Right? And I don't know what else we have planned for the weekend, but I'm really hoping that over the weekend too, we can kind of go to the booth. And we can kind of do the same thing we did at Gamescom, where we'll hang out at PAX, we'll kind of hang out around the booth, and if people want to come get stuff signed, we'll have to see if we can find some Sharpies. But so people
I
can
think
have
that's that hard.
Itsuno-san sign stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I
think there are
a deal with the
probably
Sharpies.
convenience stores and whatever, Walgreens or whatever. Am I allowed to say that? Can I say
Walgreens?
it? This whatever drugstore that sells pens.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
probably
Walgreens is okay. Don't say Rite Aid though.
Why is that?
I don't know, just
taboo?
because it's a different one.
I don't know. I was like, YouTube gonna shut us down.
We have Perry's Drugs in Detroit.
Really?
Perry's Drugs is one.
With Dwayne Reed.
All right, we're really going on a tangent here. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting, right? It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
All right.
Yeah. You guys getting what time's your flight tomorrow?
It's in the afternoon. Thank God. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God, it's in the afternoon. The flight to Germany last weekend, we had to get up super early. You guys, Itsuno-san had to drive from Nara,
Oh yeah.
and we had. What time do we have to be at the airport? Like 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Ah, it's
Yeah.
7 a.m.
Yeah, to be there at
so-
7, so that means if he's
he
in
had to
Nara, that took
drive.
about an hour,
Yeah.
right?
Right, so it's like he had to leave at like 6 a.m. Man, I tried to wait as long as possible to leave, but yeah, so that's gonna be cool. And then after PAX,
Yeah.
we got TGS.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
TGS.
right.
Trying to get all that
Dante
together now.
blowout, baby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this really is the Devil May Cry like we want to do more RE stuff, don't we? We want to do more RE stuff.
We are. We're doing it.
But yeah, like it just so happens that timing wise everything
Don't
has
worry.
been
Don't
Devil May
excuse
Cry.
it. Let it
related.
happen. It's just gonna happen.
Just let it happen.
It's gonna
Why not?
Kanda-san is coming for this.
I don't think
No,
so.
he's too
No,
busy.
busy.
Yeah,
Okay.
speaking of Resident Evil, yeah. Unfortunately, Kanda-san's too busy. He's got back-to-back meetings all day. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's actually a crazy time because, as you said, we've got
All
back
these
to back,
events,
back to back,
all
just
this,
putting everything
you
together,
know,
all the
different
behind-the-scenes
dev-related
stuff, working with the teams.
Yep.
And actually, yeah. So TGS is just another part of the mechanism that we're going through right now and trying to get everything done for that.
Yeah.
So just putting everything together and organizing with our worldwide teams is always a challenge. It's fun,
yeah.
but yeah, the majority of our job is communicating and getting things done,
Yep,
right?
yep, yep.
But it's interesting because I've always said this. At the end of the day, we have not actually created anything, so to speak, right?
Right.
With our hands, it's not like we created a character model or we created an animation or anything like that. But we're putting all the pieces together to make sure that everything is getting made.
Right.
So
Right.
you have to take some sort of satisfaction in that. So.
Oh yeah, but it is super satisfying, man.
Yeah.
I mean, for me especially, I mean, I talk about this all the time, so I'm sure everybody's sick of hearing me say it. But like the people,
Yep.
it's the people. Like we work with amazing people, and it's getting just interact with these people every day. That I love coming to work every day. Like since I started working at Capcom in 2010, I've never thought, oh, I don't want to go into work today. Never.
Good.
Never, man.
Yeah.
Never.
Even when I was your boss, you weren't like, oh no.
No,
I hate
man.
it.
Well, because when you were my boss, we'd get in, we'd just start shooting the crap,
You could curse.
shooting the shit,
Why not?
shooting the shit,
Mm.
and of course, I mean, we're working obviously, but it's also
Are we?
again we have oh man, all the stuff that we've done on all the different titles that we've had, but again, it's because we have these great relationships that it's just fun to come and work every
Right.
day, and that's why I don't mind, working like it doesn't happen all the time, but when I have to work past midnight or something, it's just the way it is, and it kind of comes in spurts, at least for us. I mean, some dev teams maybe not be so lucky, but I think for us it really comes in spurts.
Yep.
You know.
So because we don't unfortunately have Maki, she is
Yeah.
out, so there's no Maki's memoirs today.
Sad.
So
I'd like to
sad.
try some. Yeah, it is sad. 'Cause
It is.
Those are
it
pretty
is. Those are
fun.
great, man.
I'd like to try something a little different and open up the floor to you guys actually out there and allow you guys to go ahead and ask us. I know you've been asking a bunch of questions, but now I'm going to actually focus on the
Oh,
questions.
there we go. He can focus
And
on the question.
you have the three of us here, so if you have any questions for any of us, go ahead and let them go. Let them rip.
How you doing?
So first question, will Crew Cut be playable at PAX?
Huh. Crew Cut? I don't think Crew Cut's going to be playable, unfortunately. You know who Crew Cut is?
No.
So Crew Cut. So in the reveal trailer,
Yeah.
you have Nico's explaining Nero's devil,
Yeah.
how she makes the devil
Yeah,
breakers
yeah.
to the army guy, right?
Mhm.
And so Nero goes, "Cheer up, Crew Cut."
Yeah, yeah.
So Crew
I know
Cut's the
that.
army guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so on the internet, everybody loves Crew Cut.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Okay.
loves Crew Cut, and they want
Right.
like, they want Crew Cut as a playable character. They want.
Oh,
They want Crew Cut in like Smash Brothers. Yep. It's a huge thing. So
Actually, one thing
Yeah.
there is, I can't reveal now, but
Mhm.
it's a secret.
ooh,
So
ooh.
that,
Do we know about this?
yeah.
I hope so. Let's find out.
But let's talk about later. No.
Oh, about Crew Cut?
Yeah, about
Oh, about Crew Cut. There's a secret about Crew Cut.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And we almost revealed that secret.
Yeah.
And then
maybe, yeah.
there were people that were like, no, don't reveal that secret.
Mhm.
Can we give any kind of clue without getting in trouble?
Everyone wants you to reveal
I'm
secrets.
okay, but I don't think Laura-chan is.
Who's
I
Laura
don't
Chan?
know if it's Laura. I don't think Laura cares.
Can you tell me?
Laura
who it
is our amazing. Oh, man, I don't know anybody's proper title. I only know
She's
Brian's title
senior
because
PR
I asked
manager.
him. Senior PR manager
This is what I
at
do.
Capcom in the UK.
Yeah.
Laura is a wonderful person,
Wonderful.
a
And strong.
babe, and a babe in the sense that she is one of my best friends.
Is that how you refer to me?
Yeah, I call you babe all the time, though.
Nice.
Don't I? That's an inside joke, actually, the babe thing.
So you've been going through and replaying all of the Devil May Cries, right?
Yeah.
And a couple people are asking about Lucia.
Luca.
Luca, sorry.
Not Luca, not
Yeah,
Luca.
Lucia,
Lucia,
whatever.
Lucia,
Yeah.
thank you.
So yeah, any comment on her? What you think about her, or
I mean,
is she in
so-
episode 5, Matt?
The questions. The questions. I'm sorry, guys. I can't say anything that could potentially get me in trouble. So, let me say that I played again through DMZ2 recently, and I actually really appreciated the difference in the way that Lucia and Dante play in that game. You know?
I thought her design was pretty cool.
The design's
Yeah.
cool. Also that it's like this. And like that her Devil Trigger
Mhm.
design is completely different from Dante. And obviously there's reasons for that, right? Without spoiling anything, but Yeah, it's a really cool character. And DMC2 also, DMC2 I feel like doesn't always get enough credit for certain things. Like that was the game, like for instance, where you could first run up walls, you know, and you could do that kind of stuff too.
Right.
So, yeah, like DMC2 may be the black sheep sometimes, depending on who you're talking to. But there was kind of, you know, there was some pretty cool stuff in there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So somebody asked, do you like working in video games?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, especially working at Capcom, but I mean, that's what I always wanted to do. You too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you always wanted to. We actually started. We've heard some of his story that we haven't published yet, right?
Yes, yeah, I do want to do that. Actually, that's a question to people out there, at least the 220 watching right now. So, if we were to do a more higher production values, I mean, obviously our production values are pretty low, but higher production value, more in-depth story, we really want to publish, and we've already got part of it done, Okabe-san's story, but we want to do it a little bit differently. We want to make it so it's actually something that you can sit down and listen to, and Matt and I kind of retell Okabe-san's story with some quotes interspersed here and there. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? You know, you can feedback here, or you can give us feedback later on. But that's certainly something that we'd like to pursue, and maybe a change in the format of the actual podcast itself. Because as you can see, we're trying a bunch of different stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be something to get feedback from people on. You know, if they're interested in kind of for the audio portion, listening to something that's more well produced, right?
So basically, everyone is saying yes and love for Okabe-san.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
This question keeps popping up, so I'll pass it to you, Matt. What was it? How did you feel when you first got asked to work on Devil May Cry?
Dude, it was amazing. Rob, I'm gonna answer that. 1 second. Luca is responding to me. Should I call him down here?
Sure, if he's
It's
lunchtime.
lunchtime
It's
now.
lunchtime, but we're just gonna have to. We're gonna go long. We did our feed crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the Wi-Fi in here is not the best.
Okay.
So you got another special guest coming your way, and this will be a little bit more RE related. So this is kind of cool.
See if he's willing to give up. All right, he's coming. He's coming now.
Sweet.
He's coming now. See if he's willing to
Hope
give
he
up his
brings the
lunch to do
espresso.
this. Ooh, yeah, he makes espresso. But yeah, I mean, it was like, so you figure before we started working on DMC5,
Mm-hmm.
I worked on Operation Raccoon City. I had worked on Dooms, which has this weird segue into Revelations 2, right?
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World.
Yep.
You know, and Monster Hunter World
Much
DMC5
love.
kind of started around the same time.
Yep.
for us,
Yep.
right?
So you kind
For our
of
team.
phased out, right?
Right.
And then went straight.
But I had finished up on all my work on World just
Right.
as more of the DMs. Actually,
Well, we had
it was
Yoko, right?
interspersed.
She was actually kind of the main on that. So that helped
Yeah,
out.
but like,
Revelation 2 was awesome. They're saying. So.
Oh,
There you go.
right.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Points to us.
dude. I was talking to somebody at CE that was saying that they feel like it's the best spin-off title there is, like
Ever in
period.
the history of spin-off.
In the history of
Not
spin-off
just
titles.
Capcom,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Andy at CE, a really nice guy. But like, it was great because right about the same time, it was like, all right, you're gonna work on Monster Hunter World and you're gonna work on Devil May Cry 5, which is like, these are two series that I've always really wanted to work on. You know, like Monster Hunter, I had just started getting into Monster Hunter with Monster Hunter 4 on 3DS, and so after having played that for a year or two, you know, it was like, all right, sweet, Monster Hunter World, this is gonna be freaking amazing. And DMC5 was like, all right, we're bringing you know, the band back together in Osaka. And we're going to make a new DMC title. We're going to do it with all this crazy new technology. We're going to scan people.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to use these amazing facial rigs that we had to like fight to get, you know, implemented. It was crazy. All right.
Hey,
We got our man here.
Oh, maybe we need another chair.
hello.
What's up?
Sorry for
Oh.
That's all right.
keeping you waiting.
You
Actually,
had
I
health-
just finished the
health check,
health
right?
check.
So who are you?
So, so Italian localizer for Capcom.
Do you have a name?
My name is Luca.
Luca.
I'm from
Last
Baldassarre.
name? Yes, there you go.
Ah.
That's what I'm talking about.
You see, it's
So you
just-
guys get a real
yeah,
Italian
it's
now,
not
not
like-
this fake guy.
So yeah, I come from Italy.
They want
and,
you to take this off.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Only
Maybe,
this.
maybe you look better that
Oh
way.
yes, no, here I think.
Thank you. Grazie.
Grazie.
So yeah, I arrived from Italy. I joined Capcom a couple of years ago. Now is my more than 2 years. More is my third year. Been localizing gaming in Italian to Italian.
So yeah, one of the
So-
things we do here
Yeah.
is that we like to have employees kind of focus on them and talk to them a bit about their past, how they got here. And you're coming in late to the show, but if the guys don't mind, I think it'd be great to have a little bit more about your story because that's what we want
Sure,
to focus
sure,
on,
sure,
right? That's
sure.
always been the focus of the show. So, so where are you from in Italy?
Pescara. It's called.
Where-
It's,
where's
it's
that?
a little small town. It's close in Abruzzo. It's close to the sea, on the Adriatic Sea.
Sounds
So
pretty.
yeah,
idyllic.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
a good place to live.
Yeah. So
I
why would
mean,
you come here?
I like. That's a good question. Well, it's a good place to live, but I mean, I always liked Japan. So, and I always wanted. I mean, I studied Japanese at the university in
Right.
Naples. So, and then I also studied in Japan for 1 year to read the scholarship. I studied in Tokyo in the university. And then, so after I went back to Italy, did some jobs, but I always wanted to work in Japan actually. And if it would be nice, of course, I love video games. And so, and I found this opportunity for Capcom. So I applied, do all the interviews, and said, finally, I guess I still actually sometimes if I look back, I still can't believe it that much.
But you speak Japanese, so like there seems to be a jump here, right? Like you were okay. You're living in Italy.
Yeah.
You're always interested. You speak English. You also speak Japanese.
Yeah.
You also
Oh.
obviously speak Italian.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So how did you make the jump? Like, were you always planning on becoming someone like in localization? Was that your drive? Like, how did you? do
Okay,
that?
so I was always fond in translations actually, because even in Italy, I mean, I was working. I did many jobs, and in Italy, I was working also part time as freelance, and I was also making translations for like small newspaper article from Japanese, and I was translating manga as well. So
Which favorite manga?
Yeah.
my
Manga.
Yeah.
Favorite manga.
my favorite actually was City Hunter. It was,
City
I'm,
Hunter.
I'm pretty stuck in the 80s actually.
Nice.
I've,
It's
after,
really old boy.
yeah. Actually, in Italy are really popular manga and
You
anime.
read or watch the
Both,
anime?
both,
Okay.
both. I mean, I used to. Now I'm not doing that much anymore. But
So real quick,
yeah.
because this is live, I kind of have to cater
Yeah, of
to them
course.
as well. So they want you to say, because they don't believe you speak Italian. They want you to say, "Devil May Cry" is back in Italian.
Ooh, I want to hear this too.
You never heard
Usually
it?
not coming.
In Italian, baby.
Devil May, where is the camera?
Yeah,
Devil
that's
May Cry è tornato.
Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, too
It's
sexy.
really the first
That
time.
was
No.
Oh, too sexy.
Sorry, please.
So no. I mean, so I always wanted to work in the translation field,
Right.
And because I also like writing by myself, so creative. Are you say in English creative writing or
Yeah.
something? Okay. So and then when I started, I mean, I wanted to do both things: work in Japan and keep working using Japanese English as well.
Right.
So, and then I was looking for a job, and ideally it was video gaming.
Yeah.
But I, honestly speaking, I always been thought that no, it's not possible. I mean,
That seems to be the theme, right?
but
We're all
but I
that way.
tried.
Yeah.
But I tried, and I was happy that I tried actually. Yeah, and then coming here and working at those games and titles that I used to play a lot when I was a kid. And then sometimes even here finding the name in the credits even is small, but it's a nice feeling. It's for satisfaction, and you know that you contributed to something, to a project, right? It's not just for the name. It's because you actually did something proactively
Yep.
there, and you really contributed to localize, at least. Even if Italy, I know, is a small market, so but people really care about localization in Italy.
Well, your culture is that you don't really, even in film, you don't have subtitles.
No.
It's all dubbed, right?
It's all
No.
dubbed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very different culture. They don't actually. Do you even have it? It's probably super rare, right?
Oh.
It's really rare.
Yeah.
It's really rare, and so even like not only translated but voiced over. So people really care about that. And I mean, there are even people that sometimes they say, is it localized? They ask in forum actively, and they say, is it localized? Does it have the voices in Italian? Because otherwise I wouldn't buy.
Oh.
So I mean, people understand English if it's written, but when it starts becoming voiceover, is another thing.
Yeah.
They prefer the voice.
So that's also something that I think ties into what you do, right?
Yeah.
You also do voice, and I know you're currently working on Resident Evil 2,
Yeah.
right?
And I don't dub the. I don't
It's
do
your
that.
voice,
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
You're doing all the voices. All the voices.
All the
are
voice,
you.
even the girls, especially the girls one.
But so, tell me a little bit about your role here then, so or even on that project, because you're not only looking. Well, obviously you're looking after the Italian, but you also look at the other languages as well, right?
Yeah. And I
What
mean,
goes into doing voice?
for Italian, which is actually is not only me. There's also another guy,
Right.
who is Stefano, who works.
He's telling me actually in the stream to get you back because he wants to play Street Fighter.
But he always loses. There's no point. So for Italian, I speak for Italian, but also knowing what other languages
Right.
do. So basically, the voice and then we are totally in contact with a third-party company.
Yeah.
Can I say the name?
Nah, let's just keep it.
Okay.
quiet. I mean, you guys are overseeing the whole thing.
Yeah, we are overseeing everything.
Yeah.
So of course, because it's not just like translating, because sometimes every time you have time constraint.
What is that?
It means that you must translate in a way that has the same the way of they will pronounce, they will say in your language will have to match exactly the original time, because it lip sync.
Yeah,
So
right.
it needs to match with the main languages, basically, with the
Right.
main language. So this is actually the hard part, and we try to do as much as we can. But of course, there is another company that will make the voiceover.
Right.
So they will try to fit more, because of course they are more. They do voiceover there. So since we don't do voiceover inside, they do it.
Right.
So and then we got the script adapted back and for a final check, of course. And then they start the recording process. However, the recording process, especially for, I guess also for English, but for European languages, we have the time difference. So we have to supervise those sometimes even at, late in the evening, because we have the time difference. And but with the really good thing is that we supervise every voiceover session, of course.
Right.
So sometimes even when the actor is not like I don't know, we also supervise the performance, right? Because we know it better. Of course, the company that does the voiceover has all
You
the
have a
material,
director, right?
yeah,
They have
yeah.
the materials. They have everything that they're looking
Yeah.
at. ADR, which
Yeah.
is where you're looking to picture as you're doing
Yes, yes.
the voices,
They have
right?
the video and
Um,
everything, but we also in this way we can, which is better because we can interact with the actor actually. So and sometimes we can stop the recording. We can say, okay, you can do this.
Right.
Can you please put more emphasis on this? No, because sometimes even the actor, if he's a professional, sometimes can happen that there's a misunderstanding how to be the character. Or if you want, if you like, for example, a person I like, you want to this character act and speak a little bit different from the main language, right?
Real
So-
quick, I have to address this. They thought I didn't do ADR, right? So,
No, Pete doesn't do
and
it.
the fact of the matter is, I don't do ADR. That's what everyone else does.
Oh, there you go.
Pete doesn't do it either. So yeah, is at the same time is complicated, but it's a really interesting process. And sometimes we also have pickup sessions,
Right.
which are basically when everything is being recorded, the game can change a little bit. Still can change a little bit.
Right.
So sometimes the script may change at the last moment. So the pickup session basically is another session, is another recording session in which you can record new things. And at the same time, because we do the pickup session after we received the audio files from them.
Right.
So if there's something we are not that convinced, we can ask for a take, basically.
Stefano says.
Stefan is super active. And,
Stefano goes, Luca is so afraid of losing at Street Fighter that he went on stream just to avoid me. This
Can
is
you
good.
block people on YouTube?
Good question. We should just tell him to come.
So yeah, actually, I mean, translating and localizing is really interesting. It's a super interesting job because, especially if you like writing, if you are a creative person.
Yeah, you have to be really. You
yeah.
have to be really good actually at the target language,
Yes,
right? Because
yes.
otherwise, it's not going to sound
Yes.
good in the language.
And especially one thing that is kind of hard for us that live in Japan. I mean, it's only 2 years and a half, but there are the people living here from 10 years. And a difficult thing for them is try to update to expressions
Yeah.
that they are still used in their
Right.
own country.
Right.
Because here it feels that you are totally isolated from the rest, so you need to keep up with that, right?
Don't mind us, Stefan.
No, I already understand. I understand.
Stefano says, you can block me here. You can't block in Street Fighter.
Wow.
Sorry, Luke,
Can we
keep going.
talk? Can we call him here?
I got
Well, Stefan, if you're watching, come down here. Show us who you are.
Third floor.
So, if you like, actually to all the people, if you really want to try to translate and localize in a certain language that they like, the one requisite is really be creative and really know your language and keeping updated with that, even if you live abroad.
Yeah, absolutely. Just watch local TV
Yeah.
or like.
Me
whatever.
too. I'm still watching movies in Italian here. So Netflix sometimes when I have the chance, when I still watching movies in Italian, because at the same time it's kind of interesting how do they use. Sometimes, like for example, I watch with the subtitles in English or in Japanese and the voice in Italian to try to understand how do they translate this part.
Right.
So it's also helpful for your job itself. So it's a really nice job, and so for all the people they like this, because it's not only translation. Many people think that it's translating. Translating is another thing. Translating could be translating system messages for a game, so it's like you see and you translate it just like as it is. But localizing is another thing. It's more to find an expression, to how to put the expression in your culture, to also to put reference to your culture to the expression, because there are some stuff that both in Japanese or in English you cannot translate. I mean, there is the translation, but people won't understand. So you need to also to understand the meaning of what they want to say.
The intent.
Yeah, the intent, and find the same way to transmit the things to the people that speaks to your languages.
Well, Kazu, do you have any questions for
Yeah, actually, one question for you. So in Japan, so voiceover actor is really famous and popular.
Yeah.
What about your country?
Italy as well. Actually, we have a school of voiceover for people that wants to dub movies and video games and everything. So it's really popular. Actually, it's a long time tradition. In Italy,
From what I understand, like famous actors, like let's say someone who's really hot. Let's say Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's always going to be the same guy, right? In a time.
yes.
Oh, okay, I
Yes.
see. Yeah.
Sometimes they can change, but for some actors that have they are really famous, is always the same actor. So and people sometimes get attached to that voice, and they like the voice for we have Robert Al Pacino. And just say once that actually the voice passed away years ago, and now if you hear with the new voice, you feel like no, he's not him, man.
That's not how-
It's not. It doesn't work that much. And I don't know actually Japan, but I think because in the US, of course, when you have like animated movies for the voiceover, do real actor do okay in Japan as well?
Yeah, some of them, but mainly the
You are professional.
professional voice actors do the cartoon animation.
Same in Italian. It's really rare that you see like real actors. Sometimes animated movie because like a guest star.
Maybe
You know,
in
they
Japan,
call-
promotional reason for using the
yeah,
actors,
same as in Italy. So there is basically there are really professional people that do this job. Same is in video game actually, because we also for I don't say the name, but for Ropeway we used like famous actor in the video games and anime world. So they were they were really good.
Okay, cool.
So
People want to know
isn't-
Luca's favorite DMC character.
Oh,
Okay.
My favorite of this game or the whole.
Whatever you want, man.
In the latest one, I started really liking Nico actually.
oh, great.
Where we had that discussion, yep.
You had it already, right?
Yeah, and eventually you guys were like, dude, she's amazing.
Yeah. At first, you started. She is like when we first started seeing the game. She's like, oh wow, it's
different.
pretty.
Little different.
Yeah, it looked different from the rest of the
Right,
DMC series, right?
Yeah.
But actually, he said, "Oh, he's a cool character.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
he's becoming a meme between in the office for a meme."
I say maybe in Italian they say meme. Maybe that's
Yeah, we say the meme
Yeah.
like literally as
Yeah.
it is.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Cool.
There's also a couple questions about is they want to know if like the DMC novels, DMC1 novel, DMC4 novel, and anime are canon. And talking to Isano-san, I've always gotten the impression that they are canon. So
Okay.
if they're not,
Off-screen
I guess
Matt
he'll yell at me
says-
later. Yeah, yeah,
It's a voiceover from the screen.
yeah, exactly. There's some other question that we had, but I lost it. I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a time to reply other questions. I don't know. I don't know if Italian people also are watching because it's a kind of
Probably
this
only
time is
Stefano.
like 5 in the morning. So
Matt Walker is too sexy to be on
Oh,
camera.
that's incorrect, but thank you.
The voice of God.
Oh,
Wow.
Luca, do you like pizza?
but of course.
Oh. What's your favorite pizza in Osaka?
The pizzeria or the pizza? You mean because if you so the pizzeria is called so we do promotion now.
Why not? It's your favorite
It's
place.
called the Regalo.
Yeah,
Osaka.
Regalo. Oh, in
But,
Fukushima.
you know that.
In Fukushima, baby.
You know, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
The guy
Regalo.
goes to Italy to actually learn.
Actually,
how to
see-
do pizza, right?
Yeah, he's
Point out the stream. Tell David Soliani to go there, man. He's probably not watching, but still.
He's watching. I
He's
think.
probably not watching. He's probably not watching.
And your favorite type of pizza?
I think it's the one with spicy oil. It's like we call the diavola.
Yep.
And it's the one with the spice.
The devil.
Yeah, the
Very
devil. The
ab-
devil
oh.
mega.
Nice.
Nice catch.
They better have that at
It
the
wasn't
pizza
that.
party.
Can we make Diavola May Cry or
Oh, that'd be good. I
something?
hope so.
With the spicy salami and spicy oil. And here, I mean, in Japan, it's hard to find a very good pizzeria. The like real taste
mean
Italian.
Italian style,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Italian style. Yeah, sorry.
It's even harder to find
yeah,
American
yeah,
style.
yeah. But even in
Okay.
Italy itself, sometimes it's tough to find a really
What
good,
style we have, so?
So mostly, I would say the store-bought stuff, or like, let's say Domino's.
Okay.
It's just kind of chain restaurants.
Yeah.
like Pizza La. That was kind of weird for me the first time I had it. Like octopus and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
like that.
Mm,
Mayonnaise. Like, it's
pineapple.
a little bit.
no,
A little bit too much for me, but yeah, that's I would say the kind of the delivery type, and then there's the kind that you get in restaurants, but it's mostly Italian style,
Yeah.
and it's quite good,
Okay.
right? Because you have the brick ovens and whatnot. Americans are used to a more larger size.
Same in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that the first time I arrived here, like when I was a student,
Yeah.
I ordered a pizza. It was like this size. I said, "Oh no, but I do it this. I do it. So this is like how you say in the middle of the day is like a break.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like
basically.
like what tea?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
But yeah, it's like half the size and twice the price. Right?
yeah,
Oh.
I love we're having the pizza cast here. This is great.
it's becoming a food blog basically.
love
Well,
Yeah,
if you
food
just
blog.
have a couple of Italians on a podcast, you're gonna be
Well,
talking about food for
You
hours.
remember, I suggested a long time ago we should do a podcast where it's all the Italians, incling you, because you're
Okay.
technically Italian.
Technically, yeah.
Keep
by
in
blood.
By blood, you're Italian.
Yeah, he's
like
100%.
you, Luca, Stefano, and Ricardo.
Yeah, that would
Get
be
all
nice.
you guys on there. fuck, you know, it'd be amazing if we get John Luigi to come out here.
Yeah,
fly him
that
out.
was-
And I wanted to get everybody on there and just have a podcast that's all in Italian.
Can maybe John Luigi could be like a Skype voice conference
Ooh,
with
that'd
him.
be
Who's
cool.
John
connected.
Luigi?
But who's
Who's
John Luigi?
Luca? You tell me.
John Luigi is the guy who was he was here until last year, and he was the
10 years, right? 10 years.
yeah
ago.
he's been here 10 years, and he was the localization director and one of the Italian localizer basically. And so he was the guy that localized all the games, all the Capcom games in
All
the
of
last
them, every
in the
single
last
one.
in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
in
he's been
Italian.
involved.
Yeah,
In
he's
some
been
ways
involved
Italian,
in many
yeah.
many projects
Yeah.
actually. He's bad that he left, but now he's back to Europe.
Yeah.
So good old Europe.
Yeah.
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 Right
Cool.
on.
Well, I
Yeah.
think we should probably wrap it up. It's actually been a
Yeah,
good
sorry
time
for
now.
keeping waiting this much.
Any last questions before we
I think
we kind of
Stephanie
roll
will
out?
writing something.
Nothing from Stefano, please, because we can see you when we walk upstairs.
Sorry for swearing there, guys. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. I'm sorry.
No swearing. Swearing's okay.
Is it
It's
okay?
okay. Yeah,
At
it's
least
okay.
on this stream, we're gonna have to mark it as.
Okay, so they want us to end by saying "Devil May Cry's back."
All right,
All right.
Italian.
Italian?
Italian.
Oh,
in
it's
English.
Italian. Let's do it in
One more
Italian.
time, one more
Let's
time.
do all in.
How to pronounce?
Devil May Cry è
È
tornato.
È
tornato.
È tornato.
Tornato.
È tornato.
È
That's
tornato.
good.
Tornato.
È
È
tornato.
tornato. It's close to the Japanese pronunciation,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's easy for them. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we can
Okay,
do it. Matt,
let's do
you
it.
in here?
Do it.
Come on in.
You do
All
it?
right, you lead it, Luca.
1, 2, 3. Devil May Cry è tornato.
Yeah! Baby! And Resident Evil 2.
And Resident Evil 2.
Of course.
Don't forget about Resident Evil 2.
All right, guys, thanks again.
Thank you.
Matt's thumb is in
That's
the
my thumb. That's my
Yeah.
thumb.
All
All
right.
right, keep on trucking.